Hey, Daisy Ray, are you going to wake up so you can do your book club? Baby girl. Oh, Ray is so sleepy today. Says it's a cloudy, rainy day and she doesn't want to get up and do book club. Look how furry these feet are. She wouldn't mind if we just rubbed her tummy, though. All right, this is Reading with Ray. I'm Miss Renee. I'm the children's librarian at Salem Public Library. You guys are going to see my messy corner today. Well, that was my craft and music corner, and now it's kind of where I'm working from home, so it's kind of a mess in there. It was a mess in there before I started doing story times and working from home and everything. So yeah, my instruments and work stuff and my die cut machine, all my crafting stuff's back there. But I don't have a print copy of our book today. Somebody's borrowed it from the library, which is fine. So I am actually using the version of that I was able to get from Hoopla. Her name's Children's Librarian at Salem Public Library in Salem, Ohio. I'm not sure I said that. If I already did, well, now you know it twice. This is our Reading with Ray, our virtual book club for kids in kindergarten to 3rd grade, and we are currently reading Ivy and Bean by Annie Barrows. And we are just getting ready today to start book 2. We finished book 1 yesterday, so if you haven't read it, back up a little bit and get caught up with us so you can know what's going on. I think Daisy Ray already heard this one because we read it just a little bit ago, and yeah, now she just needs to take a nap instead. I'm kind of turned to the side because that's all the further my laptop cord will go, and that's what I'm reading on is on my laptop. Kind of right now making do with the best we can. All right, so Ivy and Bean, it is Thursday afternoon. It is raining, so it's a good day to stay inside and read a book, right? Hopefully it clears up and you can get outside and get some fresh air. But everybody is staying safe. Staying healthy, that's really all we can hope for right now. Okay, Ivy and Bean. Let me get back to the title page here. Okay, so this is book 2, Ivy and Bean and the Ghost That Had to Go. Ooh, a ghost. I promise it's really not a scary story at all. There are no real ghosts. Ivy and Bean just both have really big imaginations. So yeah, there aren't any real ghosts, but they think they are. So let's dive in. This is by Annie Barrows and Sophie Blackall and published by Chronicle Books. So thank you to all of them for allowing us to share this book in this way. All right, so here we go. Oh, no, don't fight with the cat. She's awake now because the cat went by her. Sometimes her and Rogue have lived together for, how old are you? Yeah, she's almost 5, and they've lived together since, well, basically her whole life. Her and Rogue still sometimes, I don't know. We're going to read our book, okay? It'll be nice. Don't bother the cat. He's sitting with his book, getting ready to do his book club next. Yeah. He's a good cat. Okay. You just sit here with me. All right. Sorry about the pet disruption, but you know, it's a pet book club, so I guess it's kind of what you got to expect. Oh, there she is. Now she's going to be a good girl. All right. Here we go. The Gymnastics Club. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wham! Bean crashed into the grass. Oh, I don't know how well this is going to work. There's the pictures. This is why I highly recommend getting a digital copy yourself through Hoopla so that you can see the pictures a lot better than me trying to turn my laptop for you to see. Ouch, said Ivy, peeking through a hole in her sandwich. Doesn't that hurt? No, I'm just dizzy, said Bean. She sat up and the playground began to tilt. Whew, she laid down again. Now Emma stood up. She lifted her hands above her head, took a big breath, and began. And she did 9 good cartwheels before she fell on her head. Are you all right? Ivy asked Emma with her mouth full of peanut butter. Sort of, said Emma. Now it was Zuzu's turn. Zuzu was the best cartwheeler in the gymnastics club. She was also the best backbender. She could do 7 round-offs in a row. Nobody else could even do one. Zuzu pulled down her ruffled pink shirt and raised her hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cartwheels. And still Zuzu landed on her feet. And then she arched over backward. She flung her arms over her head and made a perfect back bend. She looked like a turned over pink teacup. And then she rose back up, boing, like a doll with elastic in its legs. Wow, said Ivy. Bean jumped up. She just had to do 12 cartwheels. Stand back, she yelled. Wait, said Zuzu. What about Ivy? Aren't you going to do a cartwheel, Ivy? I'm guarding the jackets, said Ivy. But Ivy, this is the gymnastics club, said Zuzu. You can't just guard jackets. Why not? Ivy wondered. We'll teach you how to do it if you don't know, said Emma. She knows, said Bean. She can do a cartwheel. I've seen her. Ivy looked at Bean in surprise. Why was she saying that? Ivy had never done a cartwheel in her life. Slowly, Ivy put her sandwich down next to Emma's jacket. There's just one little problem, she began. Hey, Leo, yelled Bean suddenly. You better watch out. If I get hit with that ball, there's going to be trouble. Oh, I guess Leo there. Leo was the leader of the soccer kids at Emerson School. Before there was a gymnastics club, the soccer kids had the whole field to themselves during lunch recess. When Bean and Emma and Zuzu and Ivy started the gymnastics club, they kept getting hit with soccer balls. One day, Bean got clobbered in the stomach, and she declared war on the soccer kids. She came to school with a bag of ripe plums and chased Leo down. When she caught him, she sat on him and rubbed plums into his hair. Ooh, yeah, I think that'll get you in trouble. Don't do that. Rose, the yard duty, had been really mad. She told Leo and Bean that they had to work it out, or she would kick them all off the field. Oh, there's a picture of Bean rubbing plums into Leo's hair. So Ben and Leo worked it out. The gymnastics club was supposed to have all the grass near the play structure. The soccer kids were supposed to keep their balls from hitting the gymnastics club. Bean promised not to bring plums to school anymore. And after that, the war was mostly over. But now, Leo looked mad. It's not even near you, he yelled. He was right. The ball was on the other side of the field, near McAdam, a weird kid who sat under the tree and ate dirt when he thought no one was looking. Okay, yelled Bean, feeling like a dork. She had only been trying to help Ivy. Like I was saying, I can't do a cartwheel at the moment, said Ivy. Why? Asked Zuzu with her hands on her hips. Because, Ivy said, we've got an emergency situation going on. Right over there, she pointed. Emma and Zuzu and Bean followed Ivy's pointing finger across the playground. She was pointing directly to the girls' bathroom, the one right outside their classroom. What could be so mysterious about interesting about a bathroom? Chapter 2, The Oath of Liquids. What? Said Emma. What? Said Zuzu. You don't see it? Said Ivy. What are you talking about? Asked Emma. Bean didn't say anything. She was watching Ivy. What was going on? I see a bathroom. I don't see any emergency situation, said Zuzu. She patted the little pink bow in her hair. Ivy stopped pointing inside. Oh, well, you probably wouldn't believe me anyway. I believe you, said Bean. Anyway, you have to tell me because of the oath. 2 Saturdays before, Ivy had told Bean about blood oaths. If you write down a promise and sign it with your own blood, then you have to keep the promise always. If you didn't, the blood inside your body would curdle. Bean didn't know what curdling was, so Ivy explained it was like cottage cheese. Oh, how disgusting was that? Yeah, okay, 1, don't sign things in blood. It's really unsanitary and gross. 2, your blood can't curdle, so yeah, I don't think that one's real. Zuzu comes up with some pretty weird things. Or not Zuzu, I'm sorry, Ivy. Bean was ready to give it a try right away, but first they had to think of an oath. Bean wanted the oath to be about turning her older sister Nancy to stone. Maybe not forever, but for a month at least. Ivy said no. It had to be something they could do for sure. In the end, they promised to tell each other all their secrets for the rest of their lives. Ivy wrote down the words down with a silver marker. It looked very fancy. The problem was that the oath had to be signed at midnight. They tried for 3 days. Ivy tried staying awake until midnight. Bean tried waking herself up at midnight. They both tried sleeping on the floor so that they would be really uncomfortable and wake up. Nothing worked. Ivy said it would be almost the same if they did it with the stroke of noon. So they're going the other side of the clock, daytime when you're awake. That makes sense. The two girls squished into Bean's old playhouse, and Ivy read the oath in a very serious voice. Then she got out a pin, and she held it right above her finger, ready to stab herself. Almost ready to stab herself. Blood attracts vampire bats, she said suddenly. Vampire bats? Said Bean. Yeah, vampire bats. They drink blood. Mostly they drink cow blood, but they might get attracted to us if we sign the oath. With blood, she put the pin down. Bean understood. Poking your finger with a pin didn't seem like a big deal until you were about to do it. She didn't really want to poke her own finger either. Ow, that hurts. But they both felt disappointed. Blood oath had been such a great idea. Why does it have to be blood, said Bean. Why couldn't it be something else from inside us? Like what? Ivy looked interested. Boogers? Yuck, said Bean. No, what about spit? Ivy said, spit would be all right, I guess. I don't want my spit to curdle either. I definitely don't think that one can happen. Bean and Ivy never got much chance to spit because their mothers didn't like it. It's gross. So they each made a big one and gooshed it around into letters. They had more spit than they knew what to do with. The paper even tore in one place, and you couldn't really see their names when it dried. That just makes it more mysterious, Bean said. It's an oath of liquids, said Ivy, a powerful oath. So now Ivy had to tell her secret to Bean. Excuse me, said Ivy politely to Emma and Zuzu. She pulled Bean a few steps away. This morning, whispered Ivy, when I went to the bathroom, I got a funny feeling. Like I was walking through a cold mist. And even though it was warm, I began to shiver. My teeth were chattering like this. Ivy smacked her teeth together. And then I heard this strange whining noise like this. Ivy squealed with her mouth closed. Bean didn't know what she was talking about. Was someone locked in a stall? She guessed. No, don't you get it? Ivy's eyes glowed. Get what? It's a ghost! The bathroom is haunted! Ivy Whisper shouted. Bean spun around to look at the school. The long open breezeway was dotted with blue doors. The first and second grade girls' bathroom was in the middle of the breezeway, and Bean could see a girl coming out of the bathroom door right now. Look! Ivy grabbed her arm. See the cloudy stuff right next to that girl's head? See? Bean squinted. And the more she squinted, the more she could see a pale, milky cloud floating on the side of the bathroom door. The girl, stepping out into the breezeway, rubbed her arms. See, Ivy squeaked, see? She's cold because she just walked through a ghost. And then Bean could see clearly. The pale spot grew thicker until it was a patch of fog about the size of a person. You couldn't see through it to the inside of the bathroom. I can see it, whispered Bean. Does it have yellowish eyes, like little flashlights? Yes, Ivy whispered, squeezing Bean's arm. Yes, it does. They looked at each other and smiled. This was even better than a blood oath. How totally cool, shouted Bean. A haunted bathroom in her own school? that's cool, yelled Emma and Zuzu together. Tell us. But at that minute, the bell rang. Lunch was over. We'll tell, said Ivy. Right here, after school. You're gonna love it, said Bean. All right, and you know what? I think that's a great place to stop for today. About 15 minutes in, so that's probably a good place to stop, and we'll pick up tomorrow and find out more about this ghost. What do you guys think? Are ghosts real? Could the school bathroom actually be haunted? I don't know. I would love to actually find out. I want to know what this ghost is and what they're going to do about it. So I'm definitely intrigued by this one and want to find out what's going to happen more. Daisy Ray, what do you think? Are there ghosts? Do you know? She doesn't know. She's too busy chewing on a bone. All right. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, you can get this book on Hoopla. This is Ivy and Bean, book 2. What was the title of this one? Jump back to it. And The Ghost That Had to Go. You can actually get it's Ivy and Bean Bundle Set 1, and that's got books 1, 2, and 3 in it, and that's actually what I'm reading from on Hoopla right now. So it does have all the illustrations. It's a great way to practice your reading skills by following along while I'm reading, or just to enjoy the story. I think this one, I can't talk to you. This one's really fun. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. Bye.